Hello, Urban Rivals fans, and welcome to part 4 of Urban Rivals Talk 18. In this part, we'll be talking about the new batch that came out last week, and to start off this new batch, we'll be reviewing Gus. So, Gus, at 4 stars for the Berserk, is a 6/5 with the ability of Courage plus free power. So, Sliffy, initial thoughts of Gus?
Gus has a pro and a con coming toward him. There's a lot of cards like Gus, there's like Burger and etc. etc. But the big thing that Gus has over cards like that is that damage reduction doesn't really hurt him as much. A lot of people say that if you have a Courage card, you know he's coming in, you pull it, you DR, and you completely ignore it. But Gus has a good enough damage and his bonus where he can completely ignore that. Well, not completely, he still gets hit, but it's not as hard hitting. The big downside of Gus is that obviously he has Courage, which means he's very obvious, which means SOA can completely destroy this card. Like, 6 power is very, very low, especially for a 4-star. So, if you want to take the pros over the cons, it's up to you, but I don't think Gus is that great.
I'm just going to comment on the comment about not being affected by damage reduction, actually, because I think the only card that has an advantage over in terms of damage reduction, I would say, is our good friend Uranus. I don't know about you. That's just me. But,
when I say damage reduction not having having some effect on him, is that don't forget just the fact that it decreases his overall damage in general can be annoying, like changes your game style. But it, like any other card, doesn't really make someone either 5 or a little bit lower, so it's not really that bad.
Okay, so yeah, I see what you mean. I mean, like, still does a good amount of hit, I suppose.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so initial thoughts on it, Smokey for the win.
I mean, he's probably, to me, I think his biggest pro is that he's probably the best card to start out with, maybe other than Kalamashi. He's a very good card to start with because he doesn't have the backlash ability, and he's also, if he can get his Courage off, but Courage, a lot of people will say, oh, well, he's going to use that for his Courage, and then just SOA, and he's useless at that point.
Okay. I definitely agree with you guys. I mean, the SOA is a huge problem, but do you think it's do you think it's going to be the biggest problem for Gus, or is there other issues really for Gus Sliffy?
Well, as a 1 SOA, all your opponent needs is 1 SOA, and he's ruined because you can't really sneak him in, because if you don't play him on the first turn, he doesn't get his Courage in general. He's really strong if you're not fighting SOA at all. Like, he can overpower attack manipulation, I think, and he's not that bad, I guess, if there's no SOA, but you can't really count on things like this.
Yeah, I definitely agree. So, yeah, I mean, Smokey for the win, do you think he's the best 4-star at the moment?
It really depends on what you want. If you want a more, I guess, stable card, you could go with Beef. But if you want the higher power, I would go higher power, more risk, then go with Gus. It really just depends on your play style, really. If you want somebody that, has the high chance of getting a high power or someone who's going to have that power.
Okay. What about you, Sliffy? Do you think he's the best 4-star at the moment, or do you think
mean
our
best
friend
4-star for Berserk, right?
Yeah, the best 4-star for the Berserk, Sliffy.
Okay, because I thought you meant in the game, and
Okay, that makes sense.
I like Beef more, but he's okay, I guess. Not really that great.
Okay, I'm surprised you guys like Beef more. I'm
like, you're surprised what?
I'm shell-shocked that you guys like Beef more.
I'll explain why in the overall.
Okay. I don't know, because I definitely think Beef's backlash, I just think is just annoying.
I think you just hate it more than it actually is.
Your opponent just straight back in the game after you've used it in the opening, if I'm just being... I mean, I just think Beef's like a good endgamer, not an opener.
He can do both. That's why he's so good.
Touche.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, I definitely agree with you guys. The SOA is like a huge problem. Although he's still a pretty fun card. I do really love playing with cards like this, which is why Burger's one of my favourite Legionta cards.
Oh, we already revealed my overall. That's a shame.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sliffy. No. Although it's funny though, because everyone in the whole game was saying that Burger is exactly the same as Gus. Do you agree with that statement, Sliffy?
There's like the extreme small difference that isn't really even noticeable. So yeah, I agree with everyone. And nobody uses Burger, so why would anyone use Gus?
Yeah, good point. Alright, so let's go to ratings out of 10, because I don't think there's too much more we can say about Gus, really. So rating out of 10, Smokey for the win.
Yeah, I feel like I keep giving the same ratings, but I'll give him an 8. I mean, he's not very effective without but with the power, he's very good. And like Slivy said, with Courage cards, there's no way to get around SOA. They can, when they're going to use it. Well, he might be kind of surprising, though. I mean, to get, even if he's just at 6 power, if they're not expecting it, and you could just play him out there, then.
Yeah. I think it would be risky, though, 6 power. Yeah. Oh, well. Gus, unfortunately, you've been banished by Sliffy's clone. Anyway, so out of 10, what would you give Gus, Sliffy?
This is like the first time this has ever happened. Well, not really, but this is kind of awkward for me. But I'm gonna give him a 6 out of 10, which is like vastly different than the other person's. I'm sorry. I apologize. I think
I'm shocked, Sliffy.
I don't see any, like, if you have to use Gus, we have problems, as I said before, because there's really no perceivable reason to use, like, if your opponent doesn't use SOA, I guess, but can you really rely on that? And his damage is lower than Beef's, and if you don't get Courage, he's weaker than Beef, and sure, the backlash, but he's really weak, and there's really no reason to use him for a 4-star, I feel.
Okay. I think the other huge problem as well is he's actually going to be drawing the SOA away from your backlash.
Yeah, that kind of hurts too.
That's always a bad.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I kind of thought about that. I mean, because the thing is, you're having to actually play him in the opening, or like in your turn, whatever. So then your opponent's going to have to play the SOA. So in order to not play up against the backlash, and it's just it's a huge problem, really. So yeah, I mean, definitely out of 10, probably 7 out of 10. I still love Gus. I think Gus is a great card. Yeah, I think he's definitely better than Beef. I just hate Beef.
Haters gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate.
I mean, he's no Burger, but come on. Burger is the best card out.
And Gorillas are gonna mate,
Almost as good as Ricardo.
Almost good as Ricardo, but Ricardo is better than,
Ricardo's OP.
Yeah, but Ricardo can actually take down the Jackie at 12 pills. It's
true story. It's true story. I'm still baffled that people think Ricardo is bad.
No, it's your life story, really, Sliffy.
I got a 20-win streak with Ricardo.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm like.
Yeah, we should make an event, Sliffy.
Mr. Ricardo aficionado over there.
Yeah,
I'm King of Ricardo. I can't help it.
King of Ricardo. He's beaten me with Ricardo loads of times. Twice, in fact. Yeah. That's actually quite a lot,
Yeah.
No one beats me with Ricardo. It's pretty bad. Anyway, yeah. So I think that's it really for Gus. I don't know why we're continuing to talk about him. So yeah, I mean, let's go to the next card of the release 1 week ago, and that was Taylor. Taylor at 5 stars is a 7/7 with the ability of stop opponent's bonus. So Sliffy, initial thoughts on Taylor?
He's okay. 7/9 in theory, not really. Stop op bonus is a nice ability to have. 5-star, but hey, everyone needs one of those once in a while. 7 power, kind of weak though, so no attack manipulation, no power manipulation. Take it as you will.
Okay. And initial thoughts on Taylor, Smokey for the win?
Yeah, he's okay. I like the SOB because it helps with the attack manipulation and power manipulation, so you can get past those clans. But his one glaring weakness is the 7 power. I think that he would be maybe overpowered. I don't know if he had the 8 power instead, but just the 7 power is kind of a turnoff.
Okay. I'm just gonna throw out this controversial point. I kind of think this card is, do you remember Thomas, Sliffy?
Yeah, it rings a bell.
Do you remember Thomas? I kind of think this card's like Thomas.
Really?
Yeah. It just reminds me, like, everyone was going like, Thomas, wow. That's an amazing card. And do you remember when it came out, Sliffy? Do you remember? You're 9 out of 10?
I still think Thomas is good, but, gonna, go?
Yeah.
brawl about this? Because I can take you down if you really want on live television, but whatever.
Ooh. No, you know what I mean though. I mean, like people thought that Thomas was going to be like the biggest thing, but in the end, when Kylus came out, everyone kind of forgot about Thomas. Really.
Well,
do you think it's kind of the same thing, really, or
if Cortez or whatever his name is the next Kylus, then definitely, without a doubt. If not, then Taylor might have a spotlight. We'll see.
Yeah. To be fair, I mean, based on recent trends, I mean, like, the leaders of clans are usually fairly overpowered. Apart from maybe Blood. Do you remember Blood?
And Boris.
Boris? He's not the leader. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he's the leader of the Freaks.
Oh, sorry, Boris. I thought you said Boris from from Junko. I was going, what? 6'2"? Come on, son. Yeah, I see what you mean, yeah. Boris wasn't a great thing, but Blood, but then you had Marco, and then after Marco was oh no, hold on, that was Blood after Marco. I'm being retarded. No, yeah, but Ong, Kylus, and then Dragon. I mean, it looks like it's probably going to be another 5-star again.
Wait, did you say Marco?
Marco, yeah. He
leader
was
of
Rescue.
Carry.
Oh.
Come on.
Awkward. Yeah. Yeah.
Those mind games are messing you up.
There's mind games, yeah.
Just.
I'm shitting the bed.
Yeah, I know my history. That's why I'm like, I have my reviewer license because of it.
You don't write reviews anymore. And just.
Well, I'm just saying, I worked to get to the status that I was at, and I see our new generation of reviewers just ignored their research and just do what they want, and that's pretty cool, I guess.
That's fine, yeah.
Because a real reviewer would know that Carrie created the rescue, but hey, maybe the people think Marco did now. I guess good for them.
Okay.
That was me.
Well,
I'm sorry. I apologize. That was unprofessional.
That was unprofessional, Sniffy.
I did.
But all in good humor. All in good humor, hopefully. No maliciousness.
I'm just hating all the time today. I apologize again.
Hating? You're on a troll streak.
Yeah, well, to be fair, you're giving me a lot of reason to hate.
Oh, okay. Just to bring up the actual
It's not
point.
you, it's the things you say.
Oh, okay. Like zebra crossing. Things like that.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Alright, we're kind of running out of time, actually, which is rather retarded. That's depressing, and we kind of wanted to talk about this card a bit more, I think. Maybe not. I don't know. Is there anything really more we can say about Tyler?
You can compare him to Thomas if you want.
No, the joke kind of died, I think. So
yeah.
We'll go on a bit more.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really more to say about this card. I mean, the issue is, it's just the power is just not enough as a result. So I think we're just going to go straight to the ratings, actually, because as we are running a bit low on time. So, out of 10, what would you give this Smokey for the win?
I would give him an 8.5. I think that for right now, he's a good 5-star, but you don't know with their leader what's going to come up out of him. I think the SOB kind of helps him against other clans' bonuses because he doesn't take a lot of attack manipulation. But I think that the 7 powers is probably his biggest weakness.
Okay, and out of 10, what would you give Taylor, Sliffy?
I don't like Taylor that much, I guess. Oh no, let me rephrase that. I think I would give him an 8 out of 10. I think he's pretty good. If he was an 8.6, I think he'd be vastly better personally, but that's up to debate. If he had Thomas's stat, he'd be better, but whatever.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, if he had, I don't know, 8.7, that'd be too overpowered, I think.
Well, I don't think 8.6 would be overpowered at all.
8.6 would be pretty good, yeah. So yeah, I mean, definitely, I think if he had Thomas's stats, I think this card would be pretty much up there with most of the good set 5 stars. But the issue is, it just has the SOB, which is just kind of and the power isn't that great either. So as a result, I'll probably end up giving this a 7 out of 10 as a result. So, right. So thank you all for watching part 4. I'll see you guys all in part 5 of Your Talk. So I'll see you then. User12 signing out.